Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing today? This is Yusuf Chowdhury once again, tuning in from San Antonio, Texas. How are y'all doing? Okay, who we have here right now? Let me know. Where are you tuning in from? I'm just give me a minute or less just to share this. Lauren, what's going on? How are you? Hawaii. Yes. Yes, indeed. Man, it's so quiet. All right, let's go and start. Let me know what kind of question you'll have for today. I actually shared a couple of interesting stuff on my Facebook, so when you get a chance, watch the live streaming from Search Engine Journal with Lauren Baker and Danny Goodwin. Check out the conversation about best tools and popular mistakes and whatnot. But I also shared this awesome what you call it infographic from SEMrush, my favorite tool of all time. So let me share this with you. The so-called SEO checklist. Okay, if you want to read the full article, the article is right here. Okay, the full article is right here from their blog that can actually go through a lot of 41 best practices. Look at that, into a lot of details. So when you get a chance, make sure you go back to my post and check out the SEMrush blog. So they're basically going to go through the detail, how to use the checklist, the basic SEO checklist, keyword research, all this cool stuff. So the article has tons of amazing advice and options. You can see all these images. It goes through the analytics and the Search Console. Then, of course, it goes through the technical aspect of indexing and keyword research and whatnot. Then after that, of course, it goes through their own SEMrush platform. So if you have a SEMrush, you can try with the free version. But if not, then you can also try the paid version because it's really, really amazing. Okay. So check out the link. You see tons of. I mean, this is what I mean by writing an amazing blog post. This thing probably have more than thousands of words with images and proper header and bullet points and resources, and I mean it's really, really, really good. I mean, look at this. This is gonna probably take you forever to go through every single step and understand what they mean. There's more resources. I think you're gonna spend probably a couple of hours to go through all these options, but you do have to use the SEMrush though. Okay, this is a tool that I also use because if you look at the checklist right here, And this is not a technically complete so-called SEO checklist. This is something that SEMrush is basically trying to share some of their ideas. So when we look at the basic right here, SEO basic, set up a Google Search Console and Bing Webmaster Tool with your website. Set up the Google Analytics, that's important anyway. Install and configure an SEO plugin. So I recommend Yoast or Rank Math for that. Generate and submit a sitemap. So sitemap, basically what it is, a sitemap, it's a bunch of links throughout the whole website, right? So if you have a Yoast plugin, you can create a sitemap URL, and you basically copy the after the sitemap.com. There is a text called sitemap_XML. You're supposed to copy that and log into the Search Console and do a submission, because that way, what happens if the Google bots, when it comes to your website and you have the sitemap properly set up, you'll basically help the bots to go through all the pages and all the links without missing anyone if you want it to be indexed properly. Okay. Create a robot.txt file. If you have a self-hosted WordPress-based website, you don't have to worry about this because by default it's created for you. Check Search Console for manual action. This is something like when you set up the Google Search Console, it will send you an automatic welcome message with a couple of tips. If you get any issues like a malware issues, or it is not able to read some of the links, or if you're getting some errors, then you have to go and check any type of errors within the Google Search Console. Okay, make sure your website is indexed. That basically means making sure that every single pages are properly indexed through, and for that you need to definitely submit a proper sitemap. Okay. Keyword research, identify your competitors. Who are your competitors? Find your money keyword. What does that mean, money keyword? A keyword that converts, a keyword that is transactional. So for example, buying men shoes online. That means whoever typing that, their intention is to buy it. So that means it will convert into a targeted traffic, and that will convert that targeted traffic into buying customers, right? So that's what it means by money, the main money keyword. Find long tail keyword variations. So that means a keyword that's more than 3 to 4 words. So like, buying woman's shoe online, buying Honda 2020 blue color, or with the 10 and whatnot. So 3 to 4 words, that's what they're asking you to look for. Create a keyword map. That basically means if you have several pages, several content, you're figuring out how to set the key terminologies within those pages, right? Analyze the intent of the page that rank, identify questions that are being asked, and understand how difficult it is to rank for target keywords. So these tools will basically explain that to you. If there are certain organic keywords that are very difficult, then that means you have to do some additional extra work on that, okay? So that's how this whole checklist here talks about how to do the proper keyword research. So those are some of the bullet points, okay? The technical SEO, make sure that you are using HTTPS, which is the SSL certificate. Check for duplicate version of your website. Find and fix crawl errors. For this one, you can use SEMrush and Google Search Console. Improve the speed of the website. You can use GTmetrix and Google Speed Page Test for that. Fix broken internal and broken links. Of course, there's so many tools for this. SEMrush does that, but you can also go to internetmarketingninjas.com. They also have a free tool to show you any type of broken internal links or external links coming or going from your website. You can also utilize a Screaming Frog, which is another SEO application software that you can download and use it. You can also utilize the SEO Power Suite tool to do that for you. Find and fix HTTP links on HTTPS. So sometimes just activating the HTTPS or adding the SSL, it does not mean all the links within your pages or website are 100% HTTPS. So you got to make sure that they all are, okay? You can ask the hosting provider to actually help you with that as well. Make in mobile-friendly website. Most, self-hosted WordPress-based website anyway, mobile-friendly. Okay, use a SEO-friendly URL structure. So that means if I have a long blog post, let's say yusufchowdhury.com, instead of saying that, how to start, running like a crazy camel, I can just say crazy camel running. Make it short and not too long or mixed with dates and time and numbers and whatnot, right? Same thing goes to your other static pages. If you're talking about, let's say you sell gold. Let's say I'm in San Antonio, I'm a gold seller, I sell gold. Under the About section, instead of saying yusufchowdhury.com about, I'm going to change that to San Antonio Gold buyer or seller, something like that, okay? So that's what I mean by SEO friendly URL. You don't want to have dashes and numbers and date. Something very easy for the human eye to read and also for the search to understand what that page is about. Add structured data. You can do this using a schema tag. You can check out schema.org, but you can also utilize Google Search Console to set up a specific structured data for every single page or specific pages or important pages that you want the search engine to basically index properly. Check the page depth, check temporary 302 error redirects, and find and fix redirect chains and loops. These are all technical, so if you're not that very well versed when it comes to a little bit of coding, then make sure you hire an SEO expert who specializes in technical SEO, because SEO is not just about keywords. That's what most people think, but there's so much stuff involved within the website and also off of the website. So on page and content, we're still talking about the on page SEO right here. Fix duplicate, missing, and turn card title tags. If you have multiple tags that are similar, you gotta fix them. Even the description. Find and fix duplicate meta tags or missing. Find and fix multiple header 1 tags. Improve title and meta tag description and page content. Run a content audit and prune content. So SEMrush has a feature where you can run an analysis per page, and will give us some suggestion on how to improve it and optimize it for the search. Okay, optimize the images, naming all tags. That means if you have a bunch of images on your website, and of course most websites do, you have to make sure that the images have something called alternative text or alt tag for people who are blind. Okay, and make sure that the size of the images are not more than 1 megabyte. I would say maybe 500 kilobyte and not more than that. Improve internal link building. So you're linking from one link to another. That's part of the link building process internally on the website. Find and fix keyword cannibalization. Find and fix orphan sites. So they have some site that is not publicly available, but the search engine can still read it, right? So make sure it's properly optimized whether you want to use it or not. Is your content up to date? So if you have an old blog post that you wrote it like 2 years ago, but it requires some update, then go back, add the new information, and revise it, then post it back again on the social. You don't have to change the link, keep the link as it is, but add new content to it and share it on your social channel, okay? All right, so on the off-page SEO, analyze your competitor's link profile. That means look at their sites, look at their online presence, social media presence, and see how their backlinks, okay? Conduct and link in-track analysis. Let's see, turn unlinked mention into links. That means if somebody mentioned you on their external sites or news or press release, but they did not point it back to websites, you can contact them and have them point it back to a site. Okay, find new link building opportunities. There's so many ways I can discuss about how to do link building. There's so many ways we can do that and show you. Set up and optimize Google My Business page. So these are just the basic. If you want to look at your website and follow through the checklist, then actually it can help you out a little bit to run some type of basic optimization. Make sense? So let's see. So that, don't forget to check this content right here. Is very important, especially if you have a site. You have to make sure that this thing is properly optimized. So let me know if you all have any question about this one right here. Okay, I guess the image and the number and the checklist gave people Little bit of a shock. like, like, come on, y'all, it's not that difficult. You just gotta make sure click on the links though, because the blog post has tons of good information on how to, re-optimize using this. And this is not the only way. There actually more stuff that on this post that SEMrush did not cover. But at least if you can identify these first, go through them and see if your site is properly set up for these options, then you can get into the advanced or more features out there. Okay. All right, so let's see. Do we have any more questions? Hey, Maya, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. Now, I did look at your website. If you want to analyze it, I can bring it here, but I guess it's still under construction, right? So let me tell you this. I mean, when I was looking at the website, hey, Lauren, do I have to turn off indexing for images in WordPress since they have their own URL to have them not crawled? That is an excellent question. I wouldn't turn it off, Lauren, because sometimes those images still show up on Google image search, and when somebody finds it, of course, when they click on it, it will take them back to your website. You can also, Lauren, utilize those images when you add the alternative text. The copy for the alternative text, after that you can drop in the keyword as well, because your idea of the reason you're optimizing the website, not just for the sake of the search engine, you're also trying to find out how can I have my target customer find me through different avenues, through different links, through different ways on the internet. How can I make them come back and find me? So the more eyeballs from this resources, why not utilize it? So I would personally not the only time I would use the no index or even the robot.txt file, if you have, like, let's say you have two landing pages that has the same link and look exactly the same, because you're running some ads. If you don't want those to be indexed because of duplication, then you can add no indexing. That way you'll be fine, okay? Because a lot of my SEO issues are image URLs. No, header one headings, low text ratio. Yeah, so basically you have to look at the page. It's indexable. That means it's searchable on Google on the internet. Some pages does not require header one. So let's say you have a page that just have one message and paragraph. If it does not require header one, then you don't have to do it. Makes sense? For example, you have a contact page that does not have enough text, just a form and a quick call to action, then you don't have to optimize. It makes sense? So it depends on case by case necessity. It depends. But at the same time, if you do want to kind of force the H1 and the ratio and the text, just because when the Google bots comes in and index them, that means there is more chance for you to be more visible. There's more chance for you to get more traffic. So you have to make the decision. Of course, it might not be that important, especially if I'm not getting the traffic to it. But if it's on the internet, on Google, and it's finding it, and from there, if I can utilize that page somehow to take them back to specific pages, maybe I can put a link from that page somewhere else. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, Lauren? Okay. So Maya, I looked at the website. I don't know if you want me to share it with the rest of the world. I'm forcing it. Brad, what's going on, my man? So when I looked at the desktop, it looked pretty nice. Okay, it looks really nice. And can you use white color text to add keywords? I don't think so. I think the white color is one of those techniques that frowned upon. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of manipulative, right? So I wouldn't use white color. It has to be visible. Okay. You might as well. Okay. Let me see usually sometime folks, when they come to my show, they share their website and I kind of give reviews on it. But if you don't want me to show it to the rest of the world, that's fine. I totally understand. But sometimes people can give you feedback. So I do have a couple of feedback, but I also have a lot of questions that I want you to, I know it's kind of late there in UK, but I do want to leave some notes, or maybe if you want to write some notes. So let me know if you want me to. And understand, folks, this is just a brand new website that Maya is actually building it by herself. So good job on that. So with your permission, if you want me to show everybody and give you feedback, let me know. I'm just gonna wait on you. Excuse me. How rude of me checking the phone and going live at the same time. We're on addiction. Okay. All right. Good. So with your permission, we'll show the world how your website looks like, and we're gonna have a discussion on how to improve it. Right. So this is like getting a consultation at no cost. Okay. But it will definitely help somebody else. So let me go ahead and do a quick analysis here. So usually when I do analysis, I look at the user experience. Then after that, I get into the some of the basic on page, and after that, strategy. Okay. So like I said, the website looks nice, right? And of course, there's some issues out here. I think that's from the back end, and I'm sure these has to be removed because every time I click on this thing, somehow it's attached to these pages. Okay, and same thing right here as well. So the first thing first, you don't have the SSL certificate, which is the HTTPS. This is very, very important, and that comes from your hosting provider. So make sure that the the SSL comes with the package. May I tell others that I am not a tech at all? Yeah, that's if you did it by yourself, this is actually very good. The fact that you did it by yourself, this is actually good, especially when you're not a tech savvy. Okay, so that's your personal brand right there. You're looking at the viewer, whoever's visiting the website. So the first thing you would change is add the SSL, HTTPS. The second thing is your logo is too small. It's very hard for me to see it. So I think the logo should be bigger, a little bit, either right here or in the center. All right. The second thing, let's see. Are you ready for frame? So you're talking to your audience. My question is, who's your audience? Let's see. I teach business owners, entrepreneurs, and experts the power of PR, public relations, right? There's no need to hire a fancy PR agency. You can be your own PR and handle your publicity. If you have no idea what PR is or what PR even stands for, then you're in the right place. Allow me to hold your hand as I enlighten you on the power of PR and what it can do for you and or your business. Are you also? You do social. What do you do? The PR, the public relation, right? Do you also do anything else beside that? So with this message, that's an old logo. I've had a new rebranded one. Okay, good. So the thing is. Here's the 5 questions that I always ask anybody that wants to build a website. The first question is, what is the objective of the website? I like the fact you have the favicon with your picture right here. That's very good. Okay, make your business famous, right? So the first question is, Maya, like, what is the objective of your website? Like, do you want to capture target audience leads? Do you want to give them something like something of high value to build that trust and convert them into paying clients? Do you want to set up an appointment? Do you want them to set up an appointment with you? Do you want them to call you? I do PR for celebrities, but teaching business owners how to do their own PR, how that comes across. Okay, the thing is, you know how sometimes you think big but you start small. If your message, first of all, what we have to think, like when you say businesses, are there any specific business? Because if you're too general, I mean, if you're doing this for a long time, right, that's different. But if you just started like a year ago, whatnot, if you have a specific, to get people to know me, I'll also be selling my courses and ebooks from the site. Okay. So the question is, you teach businesses. Let's say I teach business owners, entrepreneurs, the owner of the part of PR. There's no need to do that. So you do. So you teach them how to do their own PR. And the question that you have to ask: why I'm teaching businesses how to do PR? What does the PR bring? What does the PR do? Because you have to put the benefit. Because right now, let's say if I'm the business that I need your help, not necessarily what will you do? If I hire you, how will that benefit me? So you have to use this area right? Because I like this part here because you are talking. Let's say I'm a business that want to be, let's say, ready to be famous. I don't know. I'll be honest, I personally don't care, but maybe some people do, right? So let's say you want to be famous because to build a business, and you're addressing the question to me. After that, you started with I instead of me again. So what I would still talk about your audience. Like, are you ready for fame? Something like, did you know that PR can actually benefit you? Something, something, something. Make sense? Because you're addressing your audience. So if you're talking to your audience, it's going to be about them, not necessarily about you in the beginning. Maybe the second paragraph right here can be about you because you are the expert in this area. You know what I mean? So I would think from that perspective, like, the question you need to ask is that, first of all, what is the objective of the website? And you need to have like a specific, when I say famous, I mean famous in their own industry. Yeah. Okay, because you see, you understand it very well, but that doesn't mean the message can come across like that to the businesses. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's good to ask our questions. So here's the thing. I mean, just like yourself, I'm in digital. I mean, I can look at other businesses, quickly give feedback on all the issues and the problem. And sometimes when I look at my own, I can't even identify it. So I have to ask my other digital marketing buddies to look at my project and give me a feedback, right? Just like the surgeon cannot, do a surgery on themselves, kind of thing, right? So the question right now, because I'm asking this question so I can help you identify what your target audience are thinking. So if you're targeting businesses, what kind of businesses? So if you can be a little bit specific, then your message can be very specific, right? If it's too general, that doesn't mean it's hard. I mean, it's just going to be a little bit challenging, right? If you have a specific audience in the medical, in the law firm, are these coaching kind of clients, are these trainers, are these teachers? If you're a little bit specific, right, then you can address them because they are the one who's searching for you, right? They're the one who's searching for somebody that can help them. You know what I mean? So a lot of time before building the website, we have to understand who are we targeting, what do they want, what kind of pain point and challenges and the problems that they're facing, so I can be the solution for them. So when they find me, I will address them. Hey, do you want to become this? Because this thing will actually help you to improve. And when you explain your benefit, you're not mentioning it or saying it like in technicality. You're saying, for example, let me see, for example, I help all businesses, especially small businesses, no particular niche. So that's making it. Yeah, I see the challenge. If you say all, it's gonna be a little bit challenging because you have to understand what those businesses are searching online, right? Last week I was talking to one of my business associate about how sometime when I put a content out there or run an ad, let's say I'm going to help you to how to implement, let's say, search engine locally so you can get the traffic, blah blah blah. To me that sounds easy. So my business partner said, hey, let's go ahead and brainstorm that copy and make it even much simpler than that. So instead of me saying I do local SEO to get you the traffic and whatnot, we change the copy to do you need more phone calls? Do you want the customer to visit you? Do you want increase your bottom? You see, I want to speak in their own language, right? Even though I'm going to implement digital marketing strategy, I can utilize SEO to do that, but I don't have to mention the word SEO because most businesses don't understand what that is, right? Even if you don't explain to them, it's like it usually goes over their head, right? So if you can figure out first to identify, if you're specific, this can actually help you to do research and understand what does my audience are searching online. If they want to look for somebody who does PR for them, or if somebody wants to learn PR, then what businesses go to Google and type, I want to know how to learn PR, or how can PR help me, right? So that's very, very important, because once you find out the search terms and the content or the keyword that your target audience are searching for, so now in your copy on the website, you can address them. So when they find you, oh wow, Maya, she's actually addressing my concern. I'm the one who's looking for this, and now I found her. Make sense? Because if your message, what the heck? Excuse me. If your message is too general, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But if you have laser focus initially, then you would know who you're talking to, right? So that's my suggestion. I would go that route. But when you say business owners, well, there are many companies like Fortune 500 business owners. I mean, Do they usually they have marketing department with like 7 floors or 10 floors? I have started my membership, and it's literally so many different businesses. So I agree. Sell them the benefit to get them to find me. Yes, you sell them the benefit, and if it's working, if you're getting business in the local business, if you're getting financial advisors, if you're getting in the medical, if it's working, you continue. But I think the message has to be very, very clear, because I'm reading the message, but I'm not what I understood when I saw this website. Oh, I thought you just teach PR or how to do PR, right? So now you have to find out, does my audience look for somebody that can teach them on PR, and if it does, what kind of audience, what kind of customer are looking for me? So when I write the messages, when I write the content, when I do the blogging, when I do the social media, it addresses them. The idea is like, why niche is so important, because when you have a specific niche, your effort, your marketing strategy will be much laser focused and a little bit easier for you to pull the data to target. And after that, of course, you can add more businesses. Like when I started digital marketing, like, way back in the day, 2006 and whatnot, I started, with Blogger. Okay. Then after that, YouTube, then MySpace, then got into everything, right? Now I provide digital marketing to any kind of businesses because I tested with all of them. Makes sense, because digital marketing works for almost most businesses. So any business right now that needs help with web development or SEO or Google Ads, because those are needed, that's how they're able to find me. But initially, I wasn't with everybody. I was just one type of niche. Was mostly blogging, then social, then small businesses. Then it just basically grew over time. Okay. So the second thing, if you want to, I have a small business owners from 5 different countries, so I think I need to find a way of showing them that they can do their own PR rather than getting an agency. So my good points already. Yes. So you present the benefit. You can also do like an infographic, like, you can do an infographic with hiring a PR agency. And by the way, PR agencies are very expensive. I know many of my business associates, that there's some companies that usually charge like 5 grand and up, right? So you can do a comparison, infographic. If you hire a PR agency, this is how many it costs. If you run by yourself, this is how much it's going to cost you, and this is the benefit. So that's something good. So a business that want to hire a PR, but they, let's say, found you, and you can show them the distinction that if you hire, this is what happens, but if you learn from me, this will happen. So I think that should be also the message of your site. Okay, it's also a test, right? The second thing right here, you don't have a call to action. You might want to have a call to action, like, book a session with me, or book an appointment for, like, I don't know, maybe you do 30-minute at no cost consultation. You can also put a page that says hire me, for example, right? And if you scroll down, of course, you can have yes, about the infographics, you can show the difference, because the idea is this: when building the website, a lot of time should be market research or researching the customer. If I'm going to sell how to do PR, then I have to find out, are there businesses looking for somebody on how to teach PR? Let me check Udemy. Let me check Teachable. Let me check Thinkific. Let me just Google. Let me go to lynda.com. Are there anybody teaching something like that? Great. I found a couple of videos. I found a couple of YouTube videos, a couple of courses. So that may exist. Now, what kind of people look for this kind of training? Are these all kinds of businesses, specific businesses? You know what I mean? So these information are very, very important, because you are trying to address them. If you're too general, it's like, shooting the arrow to hit the moon, but because the universe is so wide, I don't know where it's going to land. Right? Quiz is good. I was going to create a quiz, so I get their email and they get value. Yes, I think if you make the quiz, there'll be another good strategy for you to capture leads, right? Because everyone does, yeah, get a copy, get a white paper, get a video, get an ebook, but not too many do quizzes. So if you start with the quiz, I think you can definitely get a lot of value off of it. You can also collect those name and email addresses, right? Charles, my man, what's going on, brother? So those are some of the changes. This is very important. So that was the first question, of course. What is the objective of the website? The second question that I would ask: how many pages do you need, and why do you need them? We understand service page because they need to know what services you offer. About you, of course, they need to know who you are. Contact is important. I'm not sure about the card and the shop and all the other stuff. So every page you add, there has to be a proper purpose, right? And there's a reason why you selected those pages, right? On the road, you're not crying today, Charles? Okay. So the second question is, how many pages do you need and why do you need them? So your answer should be very detailed, not just like a fake, oh, because I want to, right? The third question is, what is your one relevant primary call to action? Whether it's a book an appointment or the quiz, book a session, there has to be one main primary relevant call to action. And all the marketing, everything else in terms of the content and the social media, it points to that call to action. It's a primary thing. The number four is what are you going to use to capture the traffic, which is email system, right? Like MailChimp, Aweber, whatnot. And the fourth one, you have to make sure that you have the Google Analytics and the Google Search Console configured, because you do need to understand when you start getting organic traffic, you have to understand how your website visitors are behaving. Data is very important. I'm all about data. Without data, you cannot really do things, because if businesses do marketing without data, it's like they're doing marketing based on feelings. Okay, feelings don't care about this stuff. You have to collect the data and see what works, what doesn't work, because the data will explain to you what pages are the most popular, top pages, what pages they don't look at it, where they're coming from, how many minutes they're spending, are they coming from mobile device or desktop. If the majority are coming from the mobile device, that means I have to switch my design a little bit, or I gotta make sure that the website works pretty well on the mobile device, like the phone is clickable, the submission to the quiz is much easier, right? Stuff like that. Yell at Daniel. Hey, Daniel! All right, there you go. Do you think I have too many pages? The card in the shop weren't supposed to be showing. I added a shop, they just appeared. Yeah, I would say home, about you, services, contact me, and blog for now. If you want to have, let's say, PR, go-getters, or some other sub pages, those can be under services. It doesn't have to be, because what happened, if you get a chance, you can read this book. It's not new, but it's an old book by Steve Krug, Krug, Steve Krug. The name of the book is called Don't Make Me Think. So basically, the whole concept behind it, less is more. Sometimes when you give too many options, you are going to confuse your website visitor, right? So we need to have less pages, but of course the message and the call to action here needs to be changed. If you don't want to utilize the bottom for content, and like, I think if you scroll down, I think there should be the comparison. Like, who am I? Why do you need to learn PR, and how it's going to be beneficial for you, and get started today, or how to get started, right? Which is the quiz again. Then below that, you can have blogs, some other cool stuff, and the bottom right here, the footer, you need to have all the pages in the footer. If you have an office, you can put the map. You can also put like a legal disclaimer, privacy policy, GDPR, since you're in the UK, right? And also accessibility. Accessibility basically means the blind folks, the website is built for blind people. I know in the US, we have a regulation, we have a rule here. It's called the ADA compliancy, which stands for American with Disability Act, that we have to follow when we build the website. It has to be compatible for people with disability, right? In fact, big corporation like Domino's and Home Depot, and even Chick-fil-A got sued for not having their website to be ADA compliant. Okay, so those are some of my suggestions. Of course, all these needs to be fixed, and the copy has to be a little bit tweaked in the call to action. If you can add more stuff, that'd be great. Now let's check out from the on-page SEO point of view. Let me activate this awesome extension right here. It's the SEO Quake. Real quick here. All right, let's see. Let me go ahead and click. Let's see. Title: Make your business famous. Even that keyword. First of all, that's your brand name. But what do people search? How to learn PR or PR courses? Because if I Google this keyword here. If I Google this keyword, what do I see? Let's see what kind of content shows up. A couple of steps, to make your business locally famous, 10 ways to get famous and increase your worth as an expert. There's a blog post right here. Maybe you can do something like that. 100 inspiring ideas to market your business. 15 ways to grow you. See, none of this stuff talks about PR. None of this stuff talks about, oh, here you go, top 10 PR technique to make your product famous. So you can see cleverism.com, what did they do? So you can write content similar to that. How to get your business known online. These are some of the keywords you can utilize. Okay, and you can also click on the autocomplete, see what else is coming up that I can utilize it. Or you can utilize the keywords everywhere Chrome extension. It gives you more option for keywords. But most of the content here doesn't say about the PR. I saw 1 and 2. But what if I say do-it-yourself PR? Nothing comes up. Let's see. Public. Do-it-yourself public relation, or let's say learn more about public relation, or how to the ultimate guide. So we still have to do a keyword research and find out what your audience are searching for, something exactly what you provide, right? But that's all here. I think it should be, let's say, PR courses or PR something. Let's say you did the research, you find out what kind of keyword your audience are searching for. Then after that, you're gonna put your brand name, make your business famous. I find most people search for me, which is annoying. And then they see what I do. This is because they've seen I've done a certain celebrity PR. Okay. Hey, maybe if your name is a brand that's established, then you can have your name right here after this. Like PR. Learn how to do your own PR by make your business famous. Your name, your meta tag description is missing. It doesn't say what this page is about. Okay. If I go to the basic diagnosis here, let's see. You don't have the meta tag description. Is missing. There's no header 1 or 2 or 3. You have only 2 images without alternative text. That means maybe this image doesn't have alternative text. So the alternative text or the alt tag will say a profile image of Maya Riaz, the PR consultant or PR trainer, like that. You have to explain to the blind folks what that image is about. The text ratio, that means you don't have enough text on the home page. So that's not good for the Google bot to index that page properly. That means it doesn't have enough material. So SEO Quake recommends 15%. I recommend 25 and above, but it should not be more than 75 and it should not be lower than 25. But SEO Quake says that you're like below 15%, right? And you don't have a Google Search Console, the XML sitemap. Let's see. All right, and of course you also don't have the Google Analytics. All right, let's see. One of my friend need a quick help here. Let me get his stream set up. Multitasking. Give me a second here. Let me set up his streaming. There we go. 1 second, folks. I got a message here. I have no idea how to fill that section exam meta tag. You definitely need to what do you call it? Install 2 plugins. Well, actually 1. Either Yoast, that's part of the on-page SEO technique. Either Yoast plugin or what you call it, Yoast plugin or Rank Math. So those are for helping you with the search engine optimization. That's what is it for. Okay, that's what is it for. So let me show. Give me a few minutes because I'm helping somebody here real quick. 1 second. Okay, one second. So yeah, those are the on-page SEO, like the title tag, meta tag. So if you use what do you call it, Yoast plugin or Rank Math, it will help you to implement those optimization. Okay, it will help you to do that. Let's see. One second. Okay, so let me show you the tools that I am using. Oh, hey Murad, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, brother. How you doing? So let me show you here real quick. Yoast, and both are free. Rank Math is completely free. I haven't tested Rank Math, but some of my business friends are actually saying that's pretty good. So you have to choose one of them, not both. So let me show you. So this is Rank Math. It's SEO. It's an on-page SEO plugin. Okay, you can look into it and see they got a lot of easy steps and show you how to basically set up the on pages, right? So that's one. Okay. Go. Let's see. Let's Okay. So that's one, and the second thing is this one here is the Yoast plugin. It's also free. You don't have to buy the premium one. You can just stick with the free one. So these are the one that can help you on how to optimize for the on-page SEO. Okay. So that's what is it for. I haven't done with the review. Just give me a few minutes here. I'm getting some requests. Let's see. Excuse me. Custom codes. I don't see that option. Header. Nope, it won't give that option. Sorry. All right. What happened here? Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Multitasking. Okay. All right. So that was for the basic of the on page. Okay. Now you also have to look at the speed of the website. So to test the speed of the website, let me show you what you can use. GTmetrix and Google Speed Test. So I'm going to show you these two tools that give you the speed of the site right here, and the G3 metrics. So we gotta make sure the speed is good. So right here, and I also forgot to mention, when you do the keyword, when you do market research to understand who's your audience, we call these audience buyers persona, right? When it comes to your website, there is something we in our digital industry we call it the buyer's journey. So basically, you are taking them, you exactly the way you're building the site, you want to take them to specific call to action or specific places for them to see. So you have to look at it from that perspective. Like, where do you want to take them when they come to your website? Okay, there's one main call to action. If they don't click on that, maybe they're gonna click on learn more, or they're gonna scroll down. They're gonna see more, content. Maybe you can also have testimony, right? Since you helped some of your clients, you can have testimonies. You can have the what and why and how to get started. Stuff like that to kind of build that credibility and whatnot. So right now the speed on the mobile device is not good. Okay, so there's so many issues that needs to be fixed on the back end. And these, when I click on this, it tells you exactly what is the issue, what needs to be fixed, whether it's a website related, or is it a code related, or is it a server related, right? So this one will show exactly what's happening, right? With the GT metrics, according to GT metrics, actually it's good. Look at the speed is very good. So you got a really good score according to the GT metrics, but according to Google, it's not. On the mobile device, on the desktop, I think you're doing close to in the middle. So you have to look at both. I mean, this is something a little bit technical, so you can have a web developer, or we have a web developer that can actually look at this stuff and make the tweak and adjustment to make the website, faster. Okay, and I also believe that the website is by default mobile friendly. So I'm going to run a mobile friendly test and see. I've got lots of testimonial with photos. I've also got video. Oh, beautiful. So I would recommend video testimonies with the images as well. Okay, but you see right now you'll have a better idea how you want to structure the website. So they're going to come, they're looking for you. There's a message that you are talking to them. You're addressing their challenges, their pain point, and you're telling them the benefit for them if they hire you. Go through the quiz. When they go down, you can do like, who are you, why you do this, how you do it, why they should pick this, and the comparison, right? And how to get started today. Then the testimonies, then the footer, the pages, the links, and whatnot. You see, I basically gave you the whole map right now for you, all right? So you can set up that way. And of course, all the pages has more information in details and whatnot. And make sure you also have a blog page or maybe the social channels. So let's see. I'm sure your website is mobile friendly. But do you see how it's a little bit clear right now how when building the site, sometimes it's really not the aesthetic of things, even though branding and color and message matter. But what the main focus should be initially is to do the market research, the proper market research, because you don't want to end up, throwing yourself in the ocean expecting people to find you when you're like in this wide ocean. It doesn't work like that. So you have to do the laser targeted, and after that, okay, so there you go. Your website, I just knew it's mobile friendly. That's good, but some slight issues needs to be fixed. Okay, I can also use a Responsinator. You're most welcome. But you see how it's very, very important, because your website, and I always tell a lot of clients, your website is like your real estate, right? So what I mean by that, you own it. There is a strategy behind it. You're not approaching it as a brochure. You're approaching it because you want to focus on attracting your target customers and making them convert into a paying clients or customers. Make sense? Because that's the whole purpose behind the website, not just the brand. But you can have a website like a brochure that talks about the company, but if it doesn't have a clear call to action, if it doesn't provide what your customer want, then what's the point, right? It's a complete waste of effort. So that's why you really have to look at it from the perspective of, I'm building this page because I want to attract my audience so I can teach them how they can improve. But who are these audience? Why do they need to sign up with me? What will benefit them? So these questions are not to basically prove yourself you're the best. These questions are very important because you do want to make sure that you're providing them a solution, because you are a solution based person, right? I mean, if you're going to provide the training, you have to be a solution based individual to do that, right? I'm trying to see on this tool called the Responsinator, but nothing is coming up. Oh, there you go. There you go. So that's how you look on the mobile devices. You see, here's another problem. So this is the iPhone on the side. You see how these texts are not easy to read. It covers your face, right? It's not easy. So if there's a proper message here and a couple of bullet points or main points, that will stand out. But let me see how it looks here. There you go. You see that? So on the mobile device right now, it looks like that. It's really covering your face, and the navigation is nice. This is very nice, but here this is no good. Okay, so maybe if the image is up and the text comes on the bottom with the call to action, so the design is a little bit off on the mobile device. Okay. All right. So that's a basic analysis, and at least now you have an idea how do you want to structure. So even if you don't know how to build it completely, draw a map, right? Just in a piece of paper, on a billboard, on a whiteboard. Okay, what's the objective? What do I want to achieve from this? The copy that you have, you basically critique your own copy. Play like devil's advocate. Like why should they hire me? Like what I'm providing them, why I'm unique, why I'm different, right? Then use the billboard. So the front page like a billboard. If you catch their attention, right, and have a proper copy that can target the audience and convince them to take action, then from there, the call to action for the quiz on the bottom, who, why, what, how to get started. Below that, you have the testimony, images, and videos. Then, of course, the footer, right? You can also have services and whatnot. So at least you have some direction you can work on. Then we can definitely help you on how to fix all those and make it stand out, because your job, you not necessarily your job, but your main goal is to attract them, your target audience, to your site. And of course, it also has to be properly optimized for that too. You know what I mean? So so much to think about. I'm going to give it a whole overhaul. This has been so useful. You're amazing, and I really appreciate it. You're most welcome. You are most welcome. So yeah, let me know if you think about this. Feel free to share with me so I can look at it and give you more feedback, and then we can definitely help you from there. So let's see. Okay. All right, folks, it's 7 p.m. Central Time right here in San Antonio, Texas. If you still have any more questions, let me know. Leave it in the comment section. If not, I will wait for a minute. Then after that, I will bounce. And again, if you found this live streaming beneficial, do me a favor, invite some of your awesome business folks or whoever wants to learn this, tag them, share this, or invite them. I would highly appreciate it. Yes, I hope it helped others. Part of the session that I do on live streaming, and folks share their links, and I give a lot of feedback, from the perspective of, conversion. You have to focus on lead generation. You have to focus on research and optimization, and because your website is supposed to, help you earn income, bring money. Okay, not just for the look. Okay. All right. I don't see any more questions. I will definitely be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Don't forget to send me those questions as usual. All right. Okay, everybody. Bye-bye for now.